Michael, we'll just start looking back at the weekend quickly. I suppose it would have been lovely to see the 4 goals go in. We talked so much about goal scoring form, and there you go.
Yeah, no, I thought it was, after a slow start, I thought the guys were magnificent. Dominated the game, created lots of chances. People scoring goals. That Jovan's got his goal, but Jack Moynihan's got another goal, good assist. Eric Ring's got a great goal, and obviously Skipper coming up with another one from a cross, if you like, off a throw in. So probably everything you wanted. I thought we performed very well and deserved winners. Probably made it a bit closer than it needed to be, because I think we created that many chances. We could have actually got more goals.
Looking back at the injury situation, the boys all get through that game all right?
Yeah, everyone's through that game all right. Obviously saw Rico come off the bench, get a bit of time, so we're still building him up. Housy's back in training today after his illness, so he's in contention for tomorrow as well, which is great. But everyone else at the minute, got through the game. We've got the usual sort of situations with managing players as well.
I suppose the big thing from an injury point of view was the return of Tyler to the bench. We know that was more of a reintroduction to the match day routine and that sort of thing, but still a huge step in his progression back to the first team. Yeah,
Tyler's in a situation where he's building back minutes. He's been out of football for ages. We threw him on the bench at the last game of the season, just in case, because we know Tyler's quality. And then he's got injured again, and he's on his way back. But he's got an injury which is can be intermittent. So I don't think we've got to build him up slowly. We've got to get him back, but he could have, where he has to go back and forward a little bit before he's fully fit. So it's going to be a bit of time for Tyler, and we've just got to work out what we do. But part of that was you could have 9 subs, so you could get Tyler on the bench. And getting him integrated back around the dressing room. There's no better feeling for a player than feeling the dressing room again and winning and losing, and that's their sugar really. That's the sacred place of football, and when you've not been there for a while, it's difficult to feel. So just getting Tyler back into that motion, but he is capable of playing short minutes, but without risking. We don't want to risk him too much. So we're still working hard with Tyler, and he's working incredibly hard. Incredibly hard in training. He's working hard to get off. You can see he's got his bit between the teeth to try and get back, but it's going to take time, and we need to keep pushing him.
And whilst we're waiting, setting up for these press conferences and interviews, just seeing him around the training ground, he looks really happy to be back.
Yeah, it's what footballers want to do. They want to play, don't they? We've just got to make sure that we keep pushing him, but he can't break, and we've got to build him up, like I say, slowly. It's a lot of football he's missed over his career, and he's got to be ready, and that will come in different ways and different guises. But there's no rush with him at the moment, because, as you know, we've got enough strikers there, so he's got to push himself. But one thing is, he's working really, really hard. He wants to play. He wants to get back quick, and he's doing everything in his power to do that. It's just sometimes he's got uncontrollable setbacks with his injury that we need to keep monitoring with the medical team and the performance team.
A lot has been made of set pieces so far this year, but I think one thing that stood out was the aerial threat that we have, and especially from crosses. I suppose you have an aerial threat from crosses, don't you? But the likes of that cross coming from Derrick, Eric Ring, obviously we know he's got a bit of a whip on him as well. That's got to be part of the training routine, hasn't it? It's we're good from crosses. We're good from box entries. It's something we work hard on. Types of crosses, types of box entries is something we're working hard on. So I think that's why we create good chances so far. We want to keep creating the chances, and then it's about executing the finishes and scoring those goals. But we know also, we're going against a tough Rotherham team who are nearly really high for set pieces, XG and crosses. They cross from deep areas all over the pitch. So it's going to be a really tough game with another team that's really good at that statistic, or good at that part of the game, if you like. And a note on Eric Ring, we saw obviously that stunning finish, but it seems like he's really getting integrated into English football, having made that move.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's improving all the time. It's not easy to transition life into a different country, let alone life and football, and then League One football at the same time. It's a bit more dually, a bit more direct, if you like, and it's a bit more physical for him. But I think he's growing into that well. We've seen some great qualities at the weekend of his power and the technical quality he's brings. So he's still growing into where we want him, and I think he's aware we want him to learn different positions as well to keep impacting the team, and where he gets played depending on what shape or how we want to play. He needs to have multiple options and to show his qualities, and he's growing well. He's growing as well as I think we thought he could, and he's moving in the right direction.
We spoke to Ethan Hamilton. Obviously he started, and it's that midfield. We spoke about strikers changing, but I suppose that midfield has also been changing through obviously injuries to Tom and whatnot, but they all have different roles, don't they, in terms of creativity and stuff like that?
Yeah, I thought Ethan was magnificent on Saturday. he's not played loads and loads of football, but I thought when he came in and he really took at 2-0 down, I thought he was the one that took the game by the scruff of the neck, if you like, and started to drive the team on and getting us up the pitch. And his mentality is one of the best, if not the best, in the group. The way he trains, the way he goes after it, and you can really see that. And in hard fought away games, Ethan Hamilton's a really important player for us. And I thought he not only grew into the game, led the game from that area of the pitch. And like you said, there's big competition in there now. He's really physical, and they have to be the best versions of themselves, like the strikers, to try and get in the team. But it's what they do for the team is the most important thing for me.
We talk about that creativity that he and lots of players in the squad have. That's going to be really difficult to impose, isn't it, on a Steve Evans style of football?
Yeah, I think we know what's coming. We've watched them live a few times this season. They're a team that likes to get the ball forward quickly. They're a very aggressive team. They have runners off the back. Like you say, it's a very similar, not the same, but similar style to Steve Evans and Stevenage team, but probably with a bit more quality there. I don't think their league position at the minute is representing what they're doing and what they're creating. So I think you could look at the league table and think they're not doing so well, but actually when you look at the games and what they're creating and how they're creating chances, they're definitely creating chances, and they're definitely putting teams on the back foot. So there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to go away to a really tough team, and we're going to have to be physically on it, but also tactically really strong to try and stop them, but also cause them some damage.
You mentioned obviously the league position. Obviously Steve Evans, we know, a manager under pressure, Rotherham not where they wanted to be. You imagine they're going to come out fighting, all guns blazing, surely? Yeah,
for sure. I think there's no doubt in their mind they're not where they want to be, and they've not probably had the start that they wanted to be. But I expect that, and when you look in every game, we watched them obviously against Crawley, and when you look at the games, they're in every game. They're in every single game they're playing, and the league and football in its nature is is a knife edge, and it's about small things. So there's no doubt that you can be in every game and win it, and be in every game and lose it, and it can turn really quickly. So we just don't want it to turn against us. We want to make sure that we go there and give a good performance, and hopefully keep the performance levels going and top our performances into wins is our challenge.
And finally, December was supposed to be a nice early Christmas present to get 3 points, wasn't it?
Of course, yeah. That's the challenge. I thought we've been performing well, but we've not got the points in the last couple of league games. Whereas Crawley, I thought we performed well and got the result we wanted. And even though this is going to be a very probably other end of the spectrum to Crawley and how Crawley play to how Rotherham are going to play, and I think that's the beauty of the league. We have to adapt to different styles, but hopefully we can go there, get a good performance and try and get the 3 points.